Welcome back to the Lucas Oil ASCS show. I'm Scott Traylor. I'm with Kirk Elliott, who joins us in the studio now for this week's ASCS Regional Headlines. And they are brought to you by Griffith Truck and Equipment in Houston, Texas. Here is Kirk Elliott with those ASCS Regional Headlines.
And it is getting to that time of the year where we're very busy around the country. 2 ASCS regions kicked off their 2012 campaigns over the weekend. And we'll start with the Engine Pro Sprints on Dirt presented by ARP. And Elida, Ohio's Darren Long started from the pole and led from start to finish ahead of perennial winner Dustin Daggett and third-place finisher Greg Dahlman up at Crystal Motor Speedway. Dahlman came from 13th starting spot to almost pick up the win, but he fell just a little bit short. The American Bank of Oklahoma ASCS Sooner Region got things going on Saturday night at Lawton Speedway amidst threatening weather. Sean McClellan took full advantage of his pole starting position and led all 25 laps in a race that just took a little bit over 10 minutes to run. Danny Jennings and Shane Sillers were second and third respectively. The Griffith Truck and Equipment ASCS Gulf South region paid a first-ever visit to Colleen's Texas Thunder Speedway. Starting sixth, Michael McNeil moved past Travis Elliott on lap 13 of the 25-lap feature and fought off several late challenges from Elliott to record his first-ever ASCS victory. Shannon Tankersley wound up third. Jeremy Sherman scored the ASCS Canyon Region top prize Saturday night at Canyon Speedway Park. Sherman shot past pole sitter Bruce St. James on lap 4 and paced the remaining 26 laps for his second straight Canyon Clash title and the 34th of his career in the ASCS Canyon region. Mike Colgrove was second and Charles Davis Jr. wound up in third spot. Well, this coming weekend, the Sooner region battles it out Friday night at Creek County while the Speedway Motors Warrior region take on Lucas Oil Speedway down in Wheatland, Missouri. Also on Saturday, the Oil Medics Lone Star region visits Cowtown Speedway near Fort Worth, and the ASCS Non-Wing Canyon region heads to Cocopah Speedway in Yuma, Arizona.
Thanks, Kirk, for those ASCS racing headlines. And joining us now, talking about the regions, is the current ASCS Warrior Region point leader and the winner at Valley Speedway on the first night of the season, Jonathan Cornell. Jonathan, how you doing, friend?
Doing great, Scott. Thanks for taking time calling in.
Yeah, that's good, man. We love having you up here in the studio, but I know you guys are busy moving right now. You've moved to a new location with your shop, haven't you?
Yeah, we own a sandblasting and powder coat shop here in Sedalia, and we've been busy the last 2-3 years, so we decided we're going to kind of expand a little bit, and the last week and a half, I hate saying this, but thankfully we weren't racing just because we had time to get this thing moved, but I'm anxious to get back in the seat this weekend for Wheatland.
What's the name of your sandblasting or powder coating business, and how would they get a hold of you if somebody would be interested in using your services down that way?
Yeah, if anyone's interested, it's called SureCoat Powder Coating. We are located here in Sedalia, just north of town, right by 65 Highway. And if you need to get a hold of us, just either give me a call. I know a lot of you probably have my number. If not, our number here at the shop is 660-827-6666.
All right.
And I can probably put a link up later on the message board or something like that.
I know we plan on using your services with our sprint car as well. So I've seen your work. It's a really top-notch. So if anybody is interested in using a quality powder coating business, be sure to look up Jonathan and their business. All right, Jonathan, let's get into the good stuff. You're the current point leader with the ASCS Warrior Region. You picked up a win over Chad Eli. Take us back a couple weeks ago on that win. That's a hell of a way to start the season, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's a huge confidence booster, and it's actually my only race so far this season, and which is kind of a bummer. I hate being out of the seat as much as we had been this winter and then this early in the season too. But there's quite a few cars there on hand. We had a lot of fast guys there. Just defending, I guess 2 years ago, points champion Randy Martin, Brad Loyette, who won the points last year, wasn't there, but Brian Brown was there, and just a lot of fast guys. And we have a couple of new additions to our team, and we all worked really, really well together and had the car on top notch and started fifth and kind of worked traffic pretty good, made our pass about halfway through the race and took home the win.
Yeah, I was going to say, where did you start in that race? You were pretty deep.
Yeah, we won our heat race, and we started on the pole, which always helps a ton, but that redraw, can either help you or hurt you, and we drew right in the middle. We drew 5, so we weren't too far forward, but we weren't too far back either. And I think the cautions kind of worked in our favor a little bit too. We kind of had to settle down, regroup ourselves, but there wasn't too many cautions where we'd keep out of lap traffic, and then when we got in the lap traffic, it just seems like our car rolled around them a little bit better than some of the other guys.
I know when you got up to Chad and Randy, it was pretty spirited battle there for a few laps.
Oh, yeah, it was awesome. You know, none of us wanted to let off any, and we were all going for that top spot, and for dicing it back and forth from each other, and it seemed like, you know, we put on a heck of a race for the fans. And, you know, Green Valley always does that. I know you guys have a race later on this year for the National Tour guys, and for any of you guys that haven't been out to Green Valley, man, it's an awesome place to watch the sprint cars.
Yeah, that is May 23rd. RacinBoys.com presents the Lucas Oil ASCS Sprint Car Series National Tour, and it also include the Warrior Region guys. And surely you'll be coming in there to try to win the Warrior Region Championship. Now, you've done a lot of great things. I know you got Rookie of the Year up at Knoxville a few years ago, and you finished second in points. And but, man, to win the Warrior Region, that'd be a big deal for you, right?
Yeah, it's something that, you know, we've always wanted to do. We've tried for a couple of years, and best we finished, I think, is second behind Randy Martin. He got Rookie of the Year that year also. And last year, I was real confident in trying to get it, and we just we couldn't get it done. Had a lot of bad luck, and just things weren't going the right way. But we haven't done too much to the car. It's all the same old stuff we've had since 2008. But we just had a different paint job and a couple different sponsors. Impact Sign Lighting here in Fidelia helped us out with the wrap job, and they do an awesome job. And you know, I don't know if it's the color of the car or what, but we just seem to have everything going this year for us.
So I guess just take us through how difficult that is right now. For a guy with your talent, I think a lot of us feel that you should be out on the national tour, that you have the talent and the ability to get it done at the national tour level. But unfortunately, man, it's just hard to find the sponsors to get you out there. Oh,
yeah, and, you know, I don't think I'm preaching to anybody out there. I mean, everybody knows how tough it is with fuel prices, and yeah, and I've lost a lot of good sponsors, ones that we've had when I first started racing 360s, and you know, I predicted right now at this day and age I'd already be on a national tour with the sponsors I had, but you know, business was just real tough with them, and you know, we understand, and we're still out there trying to find other sponsors, but it's tough. I mean, it's tough for everybody, but hopefully, you know, we can keep running good with the stuff that we have and try to stay out of trouble, and maybe open the eyes of some people in the stands and realize, you know, we could get a win with some help out there with some other people, and I don't know, maybe next year or two we can try to travel on the tour with you guys.
We're still going to see the VKCC. Was Stubbs still going to be involved with your team this year?
Yeah, you know, they're helping us out a little bit. They slowly, you know, after Jesse passed away, they're kind of wanting to get out of sprint car racing a little bit. And, you know, for all the race fans out there, you can't just stop racing. It's always in your blood. Once it's in your blood, it's always in there. And they wanted somebody they can kind of go to the races and cheer for, and we had a mutual agreement on how they were going to help us, and you know, unfortunately, it wasn't enough to put us like on the national tour or USAC series like Jesse did. But you know, every little bit helps, and we appreciate everything that Tom and NASA have done for us from VKCC, and hopefully, you know, things will go a little bit better for them this year too, and they can start helping out a little bit more towards the end of the season.
Yep. All right, so this is a big weekend. Warrior Region is going to be down at Lucas Oil Speedway, one of our favorite tracks on the national tour, as well as one of our favorite tracks all over the country. Probably, well, there's no question. It's the nicest track anywhere in the country. I've seen just about all of them west of the Mississippi, and it is by far the nicest track. Talk about this weekend and your chances going down there. Are you looking forward to going in as the point leader?
Oh, yeah. You know, like we mentioned earlier, me winning the first race of the season is a huge confidence booster. And Wheatland's only about an hour and a half away from my house, so I'll have a lot of fans and a lot of family and a lot of sponsor support down there. And I've won a race down there in the 305, yet to win one in the 360, but had finished in the top 5 with the national tour guys down there. So I think we're capable of running up front. And I know there's probably going to be some of the national tour guys maybe peeking in this weekend. I don't know if Seth Bergman or Jason Johnson or some of those guys might show up, but it's not going to be an easy one. But I think that, you know, if we have the same car that we had at Green Valley, we shouldn't have any trouble running in the top 3.
How about Jason Johnson living down there in central Missouri with you guys now?
Yeah, I know. I tell you what.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, it is. It's hard to say it, but I think it's good for him on the traveling part. You know, we're located pretty much in the center of the United States, and they're racing a lot, so they can kind of get back here whenever they need to real quick. And we get to race with them on a weekly show this year anywhere, but I don't know. We'll just see how it goes.
I believe Bergman is going to make it there after picking up his first National Tour win down at the Ditch last weekend. So that's what he said on the show here a little bit earlier. So I'm sure you're going to see several of the National Tour guys come down there, and it makes sense for them to go down there as well, because knowing that the National Tour is going to go there a couple times this year, it's a good way to go down there and get some test session in it at the same time.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It helps them out, and I think it helps guys like me out there run the Warrior season, too. We get a chance to go down there and make some laps, but we also get a chance to race with some of these faster National Tour guys, and we can kind of expect a little bit of what's going to happen later on in the season whenever they come back down here.
Yeah, and it seems like that Dan Robinson and his crew down there at Lucas Oil Speedway have figured something out about that racetrack in the last couple of years, because it seems like every time we go down there now, even with our series, with the ASCS, and we see it with the late models and the modifieds down there, they've kind of figured that track out, because the first couple of years it kind of had a reputation of being slick and hard to pass, but it seems like it always has two grooves now.
Yeah, it seems like that, and a lot of people call that track, a door banger track with the modifieds and late models, and I can kind of see that. They race those every week, and it seems like those guys like a hard, slick track so they can get around each other. But, it also seems like for those sprint car shows, the track workers down there, they just know what to do to make it good for sprint cars. Yeah.
How about your boy Kyle Bellham? Got him a top 10 finish down there at Salina High Banks. Not bad, huh?
Oh, yeah, no, he's representing the Warrior region really good, and he lives in southern Missouri, so some of those races down in Arkansas and even northern Texas or Oklahoma he can make.
Yeah. Well, listen, Jonathan, congratulations on the win at Valley Speedway and having the current, being the current point leader. I guess you're, let me look here, 8 points over Chad Eli right now. So it looks like you got a good chance at it, and good luck the rest of the way for you.
Yeah, appreciate it, Scott, and we'll see you this weekend.
All right, Jonathan, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, that's Jonathan Cornell, and we all know that guy is a gasser, man. And you know what? I'd love to see him running with us out on the Lucas Oil ASCS Sprint Car National Tour, but the Warrior region is blessed to have him running there, and he's going to be a contender for that championship this year. When we come back, we'll have more of the Lucas Oil ASCS show right here on RacinBoys.
Griffith Truck and Equipment is Houston's #1 dealer for specialized used trucks with more than 50 years of service. Griffith stocks all makes and models of trucks for every need and will build to your specifications. Visit them online at griffithtruck.com or call 281-457-2195. Griffith Truck and Equipment is the proud sponsor of Gary Wright, the all-time winningest driver in the ASCS, 2011 Brodix Rookie of the Year Aaron Reitzel, and the Griffith Truck and Equipment ASCS Gulf South Series. Watch for the Teresa Griffith-owned Sprinter at a track near you. Griffith Truck and Equipment.